take this opportunity to welcome and thank you all for coming here tonight. First and foremost, I just want to provide some background as to why we are holding this event. Back in August 2012, IRD Duhallow held an information night to determine interest in providing training in the care, conservation and recording of Duhallow's historical graves. Subsequent to the very large attendance and interest from the people of Duhallow at this information night, IRD Duhallow commissioned 2 leader-funded training programs with the support of Cork County Council. One was an introductory 6-night-week night course followed by a 3-month historic graveyard surveying project. The surveying took place over 6 weeks in 14 graveyards across the region, for which we have photographs on each of the graveyards here tonight. We are now holding this ceremony to provide feedback, results, and importantly, mark the hard work that has been undertaken by the volunteers of Duhallow. The reason why this programme has been indeed so successful is purely down to volunteerism and effort by the people of Duhallow.
What's happened in the last 4 years or so is that the archaeology that we've been practicing has changed hugely. It's changed from being a professional service to being community engagement. And what John has said there is that this project was very much about volunteerism and effort. And that's what we found. That's what we found for the last few years, is that there's a huge desire out there amongst community groups to get involved with their heritage and with their historic graveyards in particular, and that people have a huge attachment to their parish, to their home parish, to the parish that they live in, and that is a great driver for getting people involved. For us, it's an archaeological project, or for us it started as an archaeological project. We were interested in the headstones. We wanted to count them, we wanted to identify them, we wanted to write down what was written on them, and then we wanted to compare them with the next graveyard. But in the process of doing all that, the whole project changed for us. It changed for us. It became about the people instead. It didn't become about the names on the headstone. It became about the families attached to those graves and to those graveyards. It became about those families because they're the same people who came out into the graveyards to do this work. And what we're trying to do is actually create a network. We're trying to make it easy for people from Duhallow to find their own heritage, to find where Granny is buried, to find where great-grandfather is buried, to find where my grandmother went home to be buried with her family, to make it easy to find those places. And how we did that together is we went into the graveyards and we got down on our knees and we recorded the names that are written on the stones. And we wrote it onto a record sheet and then we typed it into a database. It was done rigorously, it was done systematically, and it was done as a team, and it was done quite quickly. We would have been in a graveyard on a Monday, Tuesday. The sheets would have gone into Imelda in the office here maybe the following week. She'd have them up by the end of that week. She'd have them typed in. So people could type in, show me Margaret Murphy in Duhallow, any headstones with the name Margaret Murphy on it, and the results would come up on the web page immediately. So the power of the internet is that it actually allows the groups, the local parishes, to publish their heritage data very, very quickly. I'm a Cork City man. I'm from the north side of Cork City up the top of Darnley Street. I've been living in County Waterford for the last 15 years. My father's from Tipperary and my mother's from Limerick. And now, after the last 5 months, I think a little bit of Duhallow has rubbed off on me as well. Drumahan, Glantan, Kilshannig, Novel, Nahill, Tullylace, all the place names that I didn't really know until last August. And now they're all so familiar. All the back roads and all the boreens that you'd be familiar with, I've now, and the team, people like Finn and Robin and Jacinta and Enda, have all become familiar with. As I said, our practice of archaeology has changed. It's become about working with community groups. It's become a collaboration. We're all equal in the field. We all have the same woolly hat on. We all have the same thick boots, otherwise we'll freeze. And we all work together. It's all about getting the work done. I was in Kilshannig one day and Donny Sullivan was there and he's saying, Donny, or John, could you do this and could you do that and could you do that? And that's what happens. It's the groups take over. It's the groups who actually organise the work. It's the groups who get things done. And what you see here, 14 graveyards and I think approximately 2,000 headstones have been recorded in the last few months, and they're all up there now, and it was all done by the people who were sitting here. I don't think I pressed the button on the camera once. I don't think I did. I don't think I did it once. Before we move on, I just need to make a number of thanks from our perspective. Firstly to IRD Duhallow for funding it, but not only for funding it, but actually having the imagination to fund such a significant project. Having the ability to be in a locality for 6 weeks running graveyard after graveyard after graveyard allows us to achieve so much. And it was IRD Duhallow who actually had that vision to make that happen. And I think that's very much to your credit, and I think you should realise that you actually have quite an imaginative supporting community group here. Mary McHugh was the project manager of the whole thing, and Mary McHugh runs a very tight ship, very regular communication, and very much keeping to the schedule, and very much giving support to the community groups and to everybody who needed it. So thanks a million to Mary. Mary Sleeman of Cork County Council, who supported us from the very beginning. She came up here at the open night in August, and we've been in touch with her ever since. Hopefully at the end of next week or the week after that, we're going to go into Mary Sleeman and we're going to have a memory stick with 3 to 4 gigabytes of digital data that we're going to submit to the County Council as part of this project. And we're going to say, look, this is all the work that the community in Duhallow have done for the last 5 months, and here it is. It's on the internet, but it's also going to be stored locally within the County Council archiving system.